If you're still unsure about whether to buy a handheld console for retro gaming, like the R36S, then after watching this video, you may have even more doubts. In this video, I tell you how to turn your iPhone into an incredibly powerful and convenient handheld console for just $15 or 15 euros. By the way, this guide also relevant for Android users. I'll show you how to install a RetroArch emulator for classic consoles like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Sega, PlayStation, Dreamcast, PSP and more. But before we start turning your iPhone into something like a PSP, I want to introduce you to an incredibly simple but very advanced device, the BSP-D11 wireless controller for your smartphone or tablet. It can emulate a standard controller for Windows or Android, as well as a PlayStation 4 DualShock, which easily connects to your iPhone, iPad or Mac. With this controller, you can not only play retro games, but also enjoy an upgrade experience in mobile gaming. The controller is ergonomic and made from pleasant, high-quality plastic. Besides the white version, there is also a black version of the controller. At the time of recording video, the price on AliExpress is only 15 euros. Moreover, fast and free shipping is available. To purchase this controller, follow the link in the description box field and be sure to use one of the promo codes. By the way, this controller has an extendable and retractable design, allowing it to be used with various phone or tablet models, ranging from 14 cm to 26 cm in length. It connects via Bluetooth 5.2, and the built-in 400 mAh battery lets you play for up to 12 hours, with a standby time for up to 60 days. Let's move on to the unboxing. The controller arrived in this packaging. It got a bit crumbly during transportation, but no big deal. Alongside the controller, there is a manual in 3 languages, including English, and a USB Type-A to USB Type-C charging cable. It's quite lightweight and very comfortable to hold. Tactile-wise, it reminds me of the PlayStation Gamepad. The back of the handles has a slightly rough surface, which I like. It's really easy to extend, and it can hold any phone or even a tablet. The sides and central part that hold the phone are rubberized. This prevents scratching and keeps the phone secure inside the controller. I thought the camera block might get in the way, pressing against the controller, but no. My iPhone 15 lies comfortably in the center of the controller and the cameras don't touch the body. With the phone attached, the setup is noticeably heavier, but thanks to the ergonomic design, the controller is still comfortable to hold. On the front, we see black matte buttons. The labels are duplicated, letters as on a standard controller, and shapes as on a PlayStation Gamepad. These buttons feel good to press. I like them. The D-pad has a concave shape, which is very comfortable to use. It's moderately stiff and handles diagonal press as well, with just a simple tilt to the left or right. This is very convenient. The analog sticks are high quality and offer a bit more resistance than the PlayStation Gamepad, but this isn't uncomfortable. They are definitely better and more comfortable than those on the R36S or Powhidi X28, which I regularly use for the gaming. By the way, these blue inserts don't light up, they're just decorative elements. The shoulder buttons and triggers have a textured surface. The L1 and R1 buttons are very easy to press and make a loud click, which gives the controller a somewhat cheap feel, like a plastic toy. But the triggers are quite solid and feel very similar to the PlayStation Gamepad in terms of press and resistance. There are also additional buttons, M1 and M2, located at the bottom, which can be used for various combos and actions in games. Overall, the gamepad is very lightweight and comfortable. I am very satisfied with it. It's larger than the Powhidi X28, but much more comfortable to use for extended play sessions. For example, when playing Half-Life 2 on the X28, my right hand often gets tired. The only downside is the lack of compactness. It's a pity it can't be folded or made smaller in size. In its regular state, it takes up quite a bit of space in the back. And before we continue, please like and subscribe to the channel. and leave a comment. This helps me promote the channel. Also, you can click the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue. Now let's talk about how to connect a gamepad to your phone. If you're using an iPhone, iPad or another Apple device, you need to turn on the controller in PlayStation gamepad mode. Hold down the B button and the power button for 2 seconds, then go to your Bluetooth settings and select DualShock 4. The power button will stop flashing, indicating the controller is successfully connected. If you're using an Android device, hold down the X button and the power button for 2 seconds. In the Bluetooth settings, you'll see the controller listed as BSP-D11. Once it connects, the power button will stop flashing. Now the gamepad is connected. Let's install the necessary apps for comfortable retro gaming. For this, go to the App Store and search for RetroArch. Install the app. Let's open it now. The first thing I recommend is changing the interface display. To do this, go to Settings, select Drivers, click on Menu and choose either Ozone or XMB. These are the most user-friendly interfaces, with XMB styled like PlayStation interface. After this, close the app and reopen it. Turn your smartphone horizontally. Now let's down all the necessary updates. Go to the Online Update section and update everything starting from Update Core info files. After the update finishes, go to the second item, Settings. In User Interface, navigate to On-Screen Overlay. Here, enable the option Hide Overlay when controller is connected. This will hide the on-screen controls, which are always visible by default during games. Return and go to the Video section. Here, go to HDR and enable it. This makes the colors much brighter and richer. The next important section is Input. First, let's swap the Confirm and Cancel buttons, namely the A and B buttons. Personally, I'm more used to the PlayStation layout, where I prefer confirming with the A button and cancelling with the B button, not the other way around as it is by default. To do this, go to Menu Controls and select Menu Swap OK and Cancel buttons. Great, now it's much more comfortable. Next, let's enable hotkeys. Go to Hotkeys and select Hotkey Enable. Then I press the Select button, which will now enable various hotkey combinations. Here is a chart with RetroArch's hotkey mappings. Remember it or take a screenshot. Scroll down and for Menu Toggle, select the Y button. Scroll further and for Close Content, assign the Start button. For Fast Forward, assign the R2 button. For Load State, assign L1, and for Save State, assign R1. With these hotkeys set up, let's enable automatic loading of the last saved game. Go to the Saving section and enable Auto Save State and Auto Load State. With that, the main setup is complete. Go back to Main menu and select Configuration File. Here, choose Save Current Configuration. Next, I recommend watching this video to learn more about searching retro games. After watching, you can build your own collection of retro games. For example, I created a small game collection on my laptop called ROMs. Now, I need to transfer this folder with my game collection to my iPhone in the Files app. You can use iCloud Drive or AirDrop for this. Move the ROMs folder into the RetroArch folder, which was automatically created when you installed the app, and then into another folder named RetroArch. This is where your game collection will be stored. RetroArch can emulate a wide variety of gaming systems, allowing you access to thousands of games. I recommend organizing them into separate folders. Once all games are safe on your phone, reopen RetroArch and go to Settings. At the bottom, find Directory. Here we need to change the file browser. Find the previously created ROMs folder with your game collection and select it. To determine the file format needed for each game, go to Load Core and select the system you're interested in, like Sony PlayStation. Then, in the bottom corner, you'll see the core loaded. Go to Information and then Core Information. Here you'll see supported formats for game ROMs, and below you'll see that BIOS files are required to stable system performance. You can easily find these BIOS files online and place them in the system folder, located in the same place as your game collection folder. Essentially, those are the key additions needed to start gaming. Load the games into the ROMs folder and add the required BIOS files to the system folder. For RetroArch to find all your games, you'll need to scan the folder with your game collection. Go to Import Content, press Scan Directory and select Scan this directory. Once scanning is complete, you'll see new sections on the main screen that correspond to different consoles like Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64 or NES. Additionally, covers for each game will automatically download, provided that the game name is correctly indicated in the file name, which is very convenient. However, not all systems load automatically. For example, a PlayStation 1 section might not appear, so we'll need to create it manually. Go to Import Content and select Manual Scan. Here, I choose Content Directory and specify the PSX folder, where the PlayStation 1 games are stored. Then select System Name. I choose Sony PlayStation. Next, choose Core and I select Sony PlayStation Beetle PSX HW. Start scanning, and the PlayStation 1 section will appear on the main screen. You can set up all other systems that didn't add automatically in this way. Now you're ready to enjoy retro games on your iPhone. By the way, all of these settings work the same on Android phones. Now let's go a step further and turn your iPhone into a PlayStation Portable. You can emulate PSP games on RetroArch, but I prefer using a separate app for this. In the App Store, download the PPSSPP app. To start playing PSP games, you should also have your own game collection. Open the Files app and, just like with the RetroArch, copy your PSP game collection into the game folder located inside the PPSSPP and PSP folders. Then go to the PPSSPP app and specify where your games are stored. As you can see, the games immediately load into a single library. Now go to Settings to adjust the graphics. Since the iPhone has a powerful processor, I set rendering resolution to 4x PSP. Nothing else needs to be changed, as the graphics are already at maximum by default. Next, go to Control Settings, where you can turn off on-screen touch controls. I recommend choosing Edit Touch Control Layout and then Customize. Then I disable all the on-screen buttons. This way, buttons won't interfere during gameplay, but you'll still have access to the emulator menu right from the screen. You can also open the emulator menu by pressing the analog stick, the L3 button. In control mapping, you can assign save state to the R3 button, which makes gaming more comfortable. Now you can launch your favorite game and start playing. Overall, setting up your phone for retro gaming is pretty straightforward. Right in front of your eyes, I set up my iPhone 15 for a comfortable gaming experience. With a convenient gamepad, any phone or tablet can become a portable gaming console. Remember, you can purchase this controller on AliExpress using the link in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I wish you pleasant nostalgia and successful completion of your favorite games.